Okay, so we're here today with Patrick Kruwanek of the Berkeley Digital Film Institute and a group of his able assistants.
Associate producers.
Very good. So basically you get your camera, you shoot your video, and then you plug it into your computer,
Right.
upload it from the camera, do your editing and export it to YouTube. And
Exactly.
That's the whole process.
Simple. Piece of cake. It's a piece of cake.
Absolutely. Just in broad terms, what are the basic steps for editing a video once you shot
Well,
it?
you're gonna digitize your. Well, the smartest thing to do first, if you really want to save time, is you're gonna log your footage first. That is, you're gonna look at it, and you're gonna discover what the good parts are and what the bad parts are. I mean, the easiest way is to just take the whole tape and digitize it into your editing machine. But sometimes people don't have a lot of storage. So they're going to have to compress their video to put it in to save storage space, so that will degrade the picture quality. So there's always compromises, but so many new machines have such immense amounts of storage. You could, for example, just digitize all of your video into the machine, and then on the machine what you're going to do is you're going to look at it. That's called logging it. Logging it, and that timeline on the machine will tell you where you are. It's like a watch, like a clock. So you can write down for yourself notes, or you can just pull the clips out that are the good stuff. So you're going to be pulling the good clips. Those are called the selects in professional language. You're going to pull the selects, and then you're going to put them in a separate box called a bin usually, and then you're going to start putting those one after the other, so that now you're kind of distilling down all of your raw material. Maybe you're pulling out 5% of the best stuff, so an hour comes down to about 5 minutes of good stuff. And then what you do then is you start rearranging the pieces, and that's why digital editing is just so neat. It's kind of like word processing with video. It's exactly like, you highlight it and drag it and drop it and copy it, and so it's, a product like iMovies or Final Cut is actually video word processing essentially. So you'll move your stuff around, and then you look at it and look at it. So when you're ready, you show it to some other people and ask them, without giving them any prompts, just say, does this make sense to you? And a lot of times fresh eyes can look at it and go, ooh, that shot really is bad, or that shot's the same as that shot. Do you notice that? Sometimes when you've shot it yourself, you're too close to it. So another set of eyeballs can take a look at it and go, oh, well, you should put that at the end. So it's like a focus group, a baby focus group of your video. And then people can help you make it a little bit more accessible. Sometimes that'll help, but a lot of times people don't even bother. They really like their own vision, and they finish it off. And then they can make it into a QuickTime or other formats so that they can ship it out to YouTube or their friends. Or, there's so many services now that'll allow you to send your videos around. For example, Yahoo Mail, I think have a 10 megabyte maximum, so most video files are bigger than that. So there are other services on the web that will allow you to upload your video to a neutral site for 7 days or longer, or YouTube, of course, for as long as you want. So that's the sort of the basic process.
Okay, right. And finally, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about the Berkeley Digital Film Institute. I understand you're in Berkeley, obviously, and you're just having your first class in January?
January 16th, yeah. Berkeley Digital Film Institute is, it's my own film school. I used to run the Academy of Art Universities program, where I had 900 undergraduates. And that program went from 80 students to 900 students in a 5-year period. And when I left there, I really wanted to do my own film school. So when this facility became available, now this was the one half of the former Saul Zaentz Film Center, where Amadeus, English Patient, and 190 other films were mixed. So it was purpose-built for editing and for film finishing, like in a room like this, which is a theater, a 5.1 Dolby theater. So the location was exceptional because I had nearly 50 faculty members in this building, filmmakers that are still here from the legacy of this building, as well as this facility was purpose-built for post-production and production. And the location close to Cal was also really neat for me, because I was a Cal alumni and a Cal graduate who really admired Cal, so I wanted to be close to the university. And the East Bay is also, City of Berkeley is an exceptionally sophisticated village, compared to all the other cities in the Bay Area, so it was a good location for that, for parents as well, for the safety of their children, and for the kind of intellectual contact that every student's going to have just because of the international presence, or the cream de la cream of America's youth up there on the Berkeley campus, etc. So the program is a 16-month program strictly for producing and directing. So it's focused on feature filmmaking, but it also thinks laterally in terms of, yes, feature films are the gold standard, but we also teach our students to do television, episodic television, commercials, music videos, including moving down to the desktop. So they are thinking of everything from YouTube to what will possibly be the future of high-definition content delivery, which is high-def television delivered to the desktop, but not created by a network or a cable franchise. So it would be unique original programming coming out of a totally different universe that doesn't even exist yet. The way MTV didn't exist in 1982 and then became a billion-dollar franchise. So, so we try to teach our students to think laterally. It's really about content creation. That's what the school's about. So they get complete education in producing, directing, camera work, sound design, editing, screenwriting, and acting. They have 4 terms that are 15 weeks each of all that. But ultimately, Berkeley Digital is a leadership school. It's teaching my young producers and directors to be able to lead in any content creation arena, whether that be a music video one day or a commercial the next, or a feature film for a couple of months, or some new paradigm that is just getting created, like YouTube. I mean, yeah. YouTube, all the employees there are young. A lot of them were young filmmakers. So you have to have that kind of mindset, because storytelling in America is a more than 100-year tradition in film. And the good news for Americans is that that cannot be outsourced. You know, how to tell an American story, a heartland story, or a California story is very unique to American citizens. And this storytelling tradition comes from film and has evolved through television and film where it is today, and continues pretty much on the same storytelling paradigm. It's the same as the Oakland Tribune continues to write articles in very much the same way they did, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And if you go back in American newspapers back to the 1780s, still pretty much the similar writing style. Filmmaking is quite similar. I mean, it may look like all the rules are being bent and thrown out the window, but honestly, if you look at a movie like Pulp Fiction, it's a classic narrative project. If Kill Bill, these are still told in the same way that Howard Hawks told his stories in 1930. So that's, we sort of teach in the classic filmmaking tradition.
While still educating the YouTubers of the future.
Right, and it's really driven by student collaboration, so that they basically do whatever they want to do. Once we give them the classical storytelling skills, they are encouraged to take the paradigm to any direction that they want to. And in my other school, they did extraordinary work and won tons of awards and were recognized as being a totally legitimate alternative force to the schools in Los Angeles. So what we're trying to do is create the coolest film school in the Bay Area, and basically go to LA and kick ass and take trophies away from USC and UCLA. It's easy.
All right.
Yeah.
So how many students are enrolled right now?
Currently we have 3 students enrolled. I mean, we just started. We got our license about a month ago.
All right.
The state of California does not allow us to advertise or solicit students before we had our license. So we only got that 30 days ago. So we have 3 students right now. We're starting our first group in January with, I hope, 24 students will be our first class.
Is there still time to apply?
Of course. Please.
All right.
Absolutely.
What's your website? How can
the
they
website
go?
is www.bdf1. So it's BDF, the initials for Berkeley Digital Film, and then numeral 1.com, bdf1.com.
And they can go there to apply?
Yes.
Is there a phone number they can
There's
call?
There's phone
also?
numbers there, and there's a downloadable application. On one of the buttons says application process, so they can click on there and the app is there.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate
Janice,
it.
thank you very much for coming over today.